On cases of rape, coordinated rape, and date rape, coordinated rape. Here's my idea. I found out the women were raped prior, consistently, by a group of men, and then they would leave the woman at a house until they coordinated rape. Like, first it would be the woman would be probably raped nearby, asking for help. Then they would drug them until they wanted to, until they slept together or something. Both men and women. That's why. So that the prior husband and kids won't be upset at the rapist. But it's one of the strategies. So they can come after the new guy or whatever. They're so weak. You're right, dude. Been celibate for a year. Thanks to all my men, cousins, volunteers. I was 4. Ek and Chen. We didn't sleep with anyone. And the women are already raped. And then now they're putting them near us, I think, and drugging them until they would sleep with us. This was compiled from step procedures in the past. Like, whoa, dude. None of them. Sleep with them. Guys. So it's only the women all slept with them until they had kids. Oh, they were already raped prior. So it's almost like using a scapegoat. But they drug them and force, epilepsy, force drugging, involuntary drugging, and they blamed it on the heroin. That's why so much countered heroin drugs. It didn't matter. It was the assault people were enduring, like physical assaults from a distance. Until people stopped, I believe. My great grandparents all went through it. The only thing I researched it, studied it. But they would drag other people in. So I can't make it a mass. Again, I'm working on this, like non-surgical procedures and meds, and different, and avoiding like chemicals, but just cleaning agents like alcohol. we had one released. I think we had it like 15 years ago. But this mass, let's say forgiving. Being forgiving, but not. Being forgiving is good. We forgive them and we let them walk away. It avoids a trap. Sometimes someone else is trapping both of y'all until you kill each other. It's a trap by others. It's art of forever my mind. Let go of the brainwash, force, coerce, possess. But it's immoral to harm yourself by giving them more things. Let them giving them things to pursue their lives. Like, let's slide and his kids saying they're my kids, family. It was my mom, so it's a lie. He's not with her. I don't. His kids aren't my kids. They're listed. So you don't give them any more power. You can forgive, but you don't give them any more power to do wrong. Especially like Rush Card. We won't partake in it. We won't take the credit card. We won't let them in our property. So they can't do more wrong and harm us, not only ourselves, but people by the masses. When you give them things while they're doing wrong or they're being forced, either or, they could harm others or yourself. So being forgiving is not part of it. If you want to forgive people and let people go, you can't give them things or let them near, close enough to harm you. See, because if you don't protect yourself and they gain assets or they're able to steal or harm others, it does no good. So many other people are harmed that no one wants to be forgiving anymore. It's worse when they're your kids. You have to do more, forgive them and stop them from harming. You can't give them things so that maybe their family uses them to do things. The other family. And they'll just be harmed more. So I think math should be about forgiving, but not giving them things where they can abuse people. I'm trying to find it. Or be abused. Like, okay. They blame, because forgiving, let's use my little brother. Or me, hun. Okay, both are caught being blamed, or my great grandparents, or my uncles, like Alex Mon. Both are blamed for things they didn't do. They went to help people, but those people ended up hurting others, stealing, and it's good to be forgiving when they stole from me, like my brother and them. But now I can't give them anything until they're not blamed and people don't steal from them to harm others. So it's good to be forgiving, but you don't give them. Now they have to go help, even if they help each other stay safe. It's good. And you can't give them things where they can give. But there's others more severe cases that they aren't innocent. I like the gyro longhorn. You gotta keep a distance from them. No relations to you. But you can't give them things to harm other people if you want to be forgiving. So that's part of being forgiving. Not even if their mom is real cute. That, or even forgiving towards let's pick up the most outspoken one. People are tricking her. Sometimes it's like breast cancer. The more money you give her, the more she associates with people that could cause the cancer to be more severe. But she might be the one getting killed. Even if you give her more money, assets, it could be devastating. So you don't let them have access to those things. Part of being forgiving is not letting them harm yourself or others. Take some thought than just what we're used to. People coming over and, no, we forgive you. The cases they showed me about the Higgs boson God particle, I think it's too severe. Check out if microwave and other electronic energy or energy sources you can't see with the eye can cause matter and particles, bonds, to weaken and break down. Sort of like what you can see is acetone onto wood. See, like a bad business they opened, and you kept giving them more money, they'll just go more broke. Or if the business is good, but it's illegal, and eventually they'll go broke and face death. You don't want to give them any more money for that. This is my current email. I think they stole my Facebook. I think this is how you prove it. nephew or job before? Mimi or not? Louis? Yeah, they change the name all the time, so I don't know. But part of being forgiving, part of forgiving, I'm great grandpa, the family, is where, like, if they're kidnapped and they don't know what they're doing, and people are stealing from them, you don't give them anything else. So until they aren't around the people that kidnaps and steal, so they can be safe. Part of this counter to being kidnapped and forgiving is always reminding them both it is a trap to harm innocent people, especially rape, coordinated rape, date rape, and it's a trap on the person pushing them and themselves. The target is those two people. It's a trap on their family and themselves by someone else, not the victims. No one likes falling for a trap. Harm their family and themselves by others, not the victims, or the victim's family. So, I'm going to say it's a key point. Let me read it. Is probably when you're forgiving, you have to make sure what you do doesn't harm the other people or yourself. Because if you harm yourself, and you're high and mighty, but other people have to go save you, that's just like harming the other person that saves you. You know, and you're forgiving and you give other people things that would harm the people that you took things from. That's not forgiving, that's stealing with them. Sometimes you might have good intentions and didn't know, but it's still no good. Even if it's your other kids, not like telling you the fact, unless that's not your kid. John. Good no. Burt Reynolds. Cindy Crawford. But, yeah. You gotta remember not only yourself, your kids, and the people around you. Half the time people are so upset. They can think of it like people can point you out as an accessory. Due to sometimes you help that one person, like Jerry Houdet. And then another one dies. So part of being forgiving, there's responsibility to it when you have power. The more fortunate you can access stuff, even movie studios. You can't give it out liberally while they're stealing, robbing, and assaulting, especially if you don't own it. and money to charity. It's good you're forgiving, but if they're your kid or your other kids, and it harms another group, you can't be forgiven in that way, giving one group things to harm the others. I do believe in parents never, it's always a trap for parents to direct line to harm their kids down the line. There's always something wrong. But that's to save the life only, not to make them billions, 100 billions, and be able to harm other people while they're doing wrong. You got to make sure they don't do anything wrong anymore. That's part of being responsible, or part of the responsibility of wanting to save them. That's what you have to oversee. But it's always good to be forgiving. It's just after the first time, you have to oversee it and always remember not to harm or be able to harm anyone else. Let them use a name, another kid's name, or giving them identity as another great grandson's kid, or not speaking out about it is still wrong. That that you might not be evil, but the act is an act of evil. When it would harm other people, it's an act of evil. So innocent people can always commit acts of evil, maybe unintentionally, and people always forgive them, or would. But it makes the whole world a less forgiving place. So make sure you don't harm yourself or cause other people to be harmed when you're being forgiving. That's why when they brought it up to us by the massive, we can only help the innocent. But the parents who are running the operation or committing wrong can't go there and go to the people's houses that aids them. And that's totally wrong. That means we're not protecting ourselves or them. That means less people around the world want to help each other. Because when people that aid or send hate and help get hurt, it makes me know I'm not going. No way am I going, dude. I'm not. No, here's why, dude. So, and no matter how they complain, I always talk about the head of the houses. Always make sure they think about their kids. The other side in this, the person you're helping, right? They always want their kids safe. Sometimes it's not them, but an outside team asking for things. Like it's not the dad or mom asking for things that can harm the great grandkid and the place they're staying at. But it's an uncle or somebody else. Or even someone not related to him. So you gotta make sure you stay safe when you want to help, and think in the best interest of the child. not whoever else. Because sometimes in the long run, most of the time, when you ask for help for one person, and suddenly his group of people don't have money to save themselves, or time, or enough equipment, then nobody ever wants to help that kid. You ask for help especially if they attacked and kept doing wrong, and caused that family to be raped, tortured, mutilated, assaulted, sometimes even killed. So part of being forgiving, it doesn't have to be necessarily your kid. It can be anyone. Part of forgiving of people, it's not giving them things, giving them access, especially access to people's home, people's studios, computers, companies, charities, so they can commit more wrong. And then when you do that, like, I met 10,000 people. Yes, oh my God, it's such a rush. 9,000 went to save other people's lives. Even if the world was horrible, everyone experienced this moment. We know we're more than happy to do what's for sure. We'll save innocent kids and that we don't know and we don't have hate for, that didn't harm us, or the family didn't harm us. But there's which gave time for generals and officers to be saved and didn't die either. Even military, 4-star, 2 stars, and Congress, church members. But when they get harmed due to it, it makes it where no one wants to help them again, or even help anyone. So part of you being forgiving, make sure you do it in a way where you don't harm other people, and the person doesn't go off and harm other people, and especially you don't harm yourself. Let's go back to yeah, it is one of my guys on one of my preachers or priests. All right, well, send this to him and have him do mass for me. I don't know what his name is. This is it's from Pope's office. Pope Francis' office. Look. I'm getting a new perspective. So here's the notification. So talk about forgiving and how they have to forgive. No, it's good to be forgiving, but they have to make sure they don't get harmed and other people don't get harmed. Even the person that's helping doesn't get harmed anymore. Sometimes it's by not giving them things that other people abuse them for. Evangelist? Doesn't matter, dude. As long as what Catholic Church and the Evangelist Church, we're gonna get it. It's a good thing. Good thing. Okay. Can you review this? It's 30 minutes. Key points: forgiving. Good to be forgiving. Always good to be forgiving, but not doing anything to harm yourself, others, and even the person you're helping. When you're helping and forgiving them. So, example is not letting them in your house, not letting them near your family, and keeping distance close enough, not giving them access to money or studios where they can, if they don't quit behaviors that would harm you and others, it would cause harm, especially to kids. Then no one, it would provoke and cause other people not to help. We don't want anyone helping to be harmed or their family, so that the whole world begins to help each other again. That's the purpose. Okay. Amen.